Hello everybody, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of what I've implemented till now and what is left in this project what that I'll be doing later in the summers. So I'll give you exactly what are the features that I've implemented and how they work exactly. So, before beginning this walkthrough, I'll show you what the template manager was before I started this project. So I've okay, we refresh this page and we'll see how the template manager looked before this project. So it looked like this. There were very few options of just selecting a particular file which are hard coded and just editing a limited number of files, and there were not many options. So now we'll see how the template manager looks like. So we'll switch to another branch and we'll refresh it again and we'll open template pro star. So this is how the new template manager now looks, with a collapsible tree with all the files listed that are present inside the template. We can edit any of the file that we want, and with a toolbar and a lot of other options that I'll go through later in this video. So first we'll start with copying this template. We'll create our own template where we'll test all the features. So I'll create a template and the template is created successfully. We'll move over to that template. Okay, so now I will see how these two buttons work. So we'll just delete some random things and we'll save it. Okay, the file is saved actually. Now we'll paste back that word and we'll save and close this time. So it is saved and closed, and we'll check that, and yeah, it is there. The file was index.php. So these three buttons works fine. These, apart from that, what I've implemented is the collapsible tree. Like now we'll edit a file inside any folder, like okay, this file. So now we can edit this file, any file that we want. So the next we'll create an override. So first we'll create a module and then a component override. Let us create mod underscore search. So override is successfully created and we can see that the file is available for editing. I'll create a component override quickly, and the component override is also successfully created. Okay, the next feature is the compilation of list, but we cannot see the compile button here until and unless we open a list file for editing. So like the list file is opened up now, we can see the compile list button. So we'll compile this file and we'll see a success message. What happens is the compiler takes the name of the list file and generates a CSS file with the same name here. So if the file is present, it overrides the file. So to show that the file is actually overwritten, we'll delete this file, template.css, which okay, we'll delete this file. This dialog box confirms first so that we don't delete a file accidentally. So we'll delete the file. So the file is deleted. We cannot see the file inside the CSS folder. Now we'll compile the list file again and it should generate a CSS file. So I'll compile it, and inside we can see the CSS file. So the compiler works fine. It also generates error. If you want, you can check back later. I'm not showing all the features, like what happens if we do this, what happens if we do this. Well, I've tried to check all the cases so that it works for all the types of input that a user can throw at it. So basically, if you want to test it, you can just clone my repository, or you can just clone check out to my branch and just check the features. What I was doing, yeah, I'll just paste back these things. else. I'll save it. I'll compile my list again. It generates an error. I'll paste back what I've done before. I'll save it again and I'll compile this time. So this time it successfully compiles. So the compile also works fine. The delete also works fine. So the next thing that we'll test is these two buttons. So first of all, we'll create a folder, and we'll create a new folder inside com_content, just to be just to check that it works fine. So we'll name our folder as test, and we'll create our folder inside com_content. The folder is successfully created, and we can see that folder in here. So now what we'll do is we'll create a new file inside that test folder. So we'll select a CSS file. We'll do a test.css file. We'll create inside test folder, and we can select all the folders from here, like anything. So inside the test folder we want to create the file. We'll create the file, and the file is successfully created, and the file that we have created is automatically opened up here for editing. So like we want to, like, this is a CSS file, so we can do CSS. The syntax is loaded for this file, like margin 0 pixels and padding 0 pixels and all. Okay, so we can see that the syntax for the CSS file is here. Now we'll create another type of file inside the same folder. We'll create this time a PHP file, and we'll also name it test. So the test.php file is opened up, and I will do a PHP variable equal to party, and we'll save this file. So the file is saved actually. So this is how it works. So the create new file works. Now what we'll do is we'll upload a file. So first we'll select index.html file randomly to upload, and we'll upload it. It'll show as the error if the format is not supported. We can add more formats depending on the file type. So index.html is the HTML format is not supported right now because in basically HTML is of no use inside this folder. So we'll select another file, like this time ini file that is supported, and we'll upload it inside the test folder. So the file is uploaded, and we can open the ini file. Okay, actually this was a PHP file. I named it ini just to check the upload is working or not. So that's why the syntax is not there. So it means that these two functionalities work fine. The tree works fine here. And now we'll delete our folder test which we have created. It will delete all these files here. I'll delete the folder, and the folder is deleted successfully, and we'll check our folder. The test folder is not here anymore. So basically the above toolbar is complete. Most of the functionalities are complete except the save parameters, which is this tab. So before the midterm evaluation, what I'll try to finish up, or I'll definitely finish up, is I'll modify these override section, add the functionality for creating layout overrides, and improve these override, like we can select a particular view to override. I delayed this. I thought that I'll do it in the end before the midterm. I should finish up all my toolbars and all. So basically, if they are now they are finished, so I'll concentrate on this one, and before midterm I'll finish up with the overrides. The editor is fine. All the above toolbar functionality works fine. So after the midterm, what my target is, and what the features that I'll implement, are less parameters, template preview, and another feature for cropping and resizing of images. Right now the images are not shown in there, So I'll add functionality for cropping and resizing of images. So if we click on an image, the image will be opened up here, and we can just crop and resize that image, and the image can be saved in the same way as we save the files. So these are the three things that feature wise I will be implementing, and there are other important things that are left to do in this project, which are basically they are related to the tidiness of the code. So right now the strings that you see are hard coded in this, so I'll add the language strings in the ini files for all the strings that I've hard coded. I'll implement ACL at few places wherever it is necessary, a couple of UI fixes, and refactoring of code. So refactoring of code according to me is very important, because once all the features are implemented, I'll take a look at all of the code and check how to make it efficient, and how to make it in such a way that it should be easily maintained in the future. And one important thing is always testing. So in the end, all the time will be for testing only. So that is the update on my project. Hope you like it, and thank you very much for watching this video. Okay.